Now, how much is the matatu that was launched by George Ruto will be making per month? There are several calculations, several people asking how much and why did the president's son launch a matatu. And there's a video I did about matatu business, and from that video there are some points I highlighted, and I'm going to repeat some of the points. Now in Nairobi, if you launch such a matatu, you expect a lot of issues. You should expect a lot of frustrations, and the future might not be predictable. And for those ones who have been around in Nairobi for a very long time, you realize that matatus, those nganyas which used to exist around 2010, 2015, 2018, they are not there. You cannot find them on the road. You never find them. So there's a lot. It means that the lifespan of a matatu in Nairobi is less than 7 years. It's actually around 4 to 5 years. From there, they get old, sort of like scrap metals, just like that. Now, if you own a matatu like George Ruto, that single matatu in a day, that nganya will make 15,000 to 30,000. But on average, you expect something like 18,000 per day on just a normal day. But there are some days, especially when it rains heavily, where the hike prices, the fare prices, it can make even up to 30,000. But normally it's 15,000, 18,000. This is the money that you make after deducting money for drivers, for your conductor, for the police, and others, even for the stage. You know, when you are putting your matatu on that stage, you must pay the county. You must pay them. So on average, the net profit you make is around 15,000 to 18,000. Let's say it's around 15,000, or in a month, you make 500,000 shillings. So George Ruto, from the sources, he purchased that matatu. The total cost was 14 million. So it means per year, he'll be making an average of 6 million. So it will take approximately 2.5 years to make equivalent of the cost of that matatu. On average, it will take 3 years. So it means you will have 1 extra year to operate for him to start to make profits. So in 4 years, he'll make around a profit of around 5 million, because when the matatu, because of being driven carelessly, after 3 years, it will start developing mechanical problems, and it will not operate as it used to operate. So it will make few trips. Some days it will not go to the road. So that's why the profits keeps on reducing. And also in the 3rd year, 4th year, new matatus will come, and this one will be will remain in the line. It will be stay for long, not like in the case of today. So there are so many factors from there. So on average, it'll make around 15,000, and per month around 500,000. So it takes approximately 3 years to get back the money invested. Now he has 4 matatus, which means in a day will make something like 60,000 to around 100,000. That's good money. Now, if you have realized, in Nairobi, if you want to own matatu and operate successfully, you must be highly connected. Either you are a politician or you are a police officer, or you are just connected. Because if you are an ordinary person, many people will take advantage of you. For example, the police. Sometimes, if a police says that you must stop, you must stop. And we must get an issue with that vehicle. So you must give them something. So you must be well connected. That's why it was very easy for George to launch matatu business, because he's highly connected. The father is a president, and getting space in Nairobi CBD is not hard. Something very simple. And what was the reason for launching that matatu business? You may think that it's going to make profits. He doesn't care about that. It was just a political statement. It is for, right now, President Ruto is not in good terms with the youth. So the main reason is to ensure that George goes back to the youth and then uses matatu business to woo them back to the father. Another thing is that maybe he wants to launch his political ambitions. He has political ambitions. So by launching a matatu, he'll have influence. The same way someone like Sonko launched his matatus, and later on he became an MP, he became a senator, and later a governor. It's because he was well known in where he used to live, where the matatus used to operate. So that is the major reason George is not so much concerned about matatu, because they have a lot of money. And matatu business, the reason why politicians and police officers mostly and other businesses mostly operate matatus, they operate nightclubs, they operate these businesses where there's no, matatu, they pay cash, you don't give them a receipt. So even if you declare 100,000 daily profits, nobody will question. But if you declare 50,000, nobody will question. So those are businesses where politicians launch, operate, so that the income or the money they get from somewhere, they can mix it with money from matatu and declare it as a profit. That is the main reason. So basically, that launching of matatu business, it was successful for him because he had an agenda behind it. And watch this space. In the next few months, he's going to launch another matatu. Up to 2027 elections, he's going to do such things. He might even launch a nightclub. He might even start holding parties for Gen Z and youths. So that is how they are going to capture the youth again and ensure that they vote for President Ruto.